Welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how I made this 4-inch Peewee backer, and I'll also show you how I attached it to the mum. If you haven't done so, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to tap the bell for notifications on uploads, live streams, and premieres. And as always, please like, share, and comment, but please be kind with your comments. I have pre-cut my ribbons at 4 inches long. And these are 2 inches long. These are going to be for the ribbon spikes or tails, whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to attach those first, and I'm layering them with a 7/8 inch burgundy and a white 1 5/16, which is also the 1.3 inch or the number 9. So the 7/8 would be the number 5. And you just want to cut a V shape or a dovetail, and then I pull that top ribbon back so you can see the white ribbon underneath it. And I'm just going to start by attaching it to a backer, and I'm using a 4-inch ribbon spool end, so I save a lot of my ribbon spool ends. As long as they're nice and thick and don't tear up easily, I save them. So if they're from Hobby Lobby, Michael's, even Walmart, a lot of those are worth saving in craft stores. A lot of the Dollar Tree ones are way too thin. I don't save those. So I started at one end, I go to the opposite end, so you make like a north, south, east, and west pattern by attaching. Whenever I attach any 4 of anything on a backer, I always do it like north, south, east, and west, or a plus sign. And the plus sign came from Connie at Southern Cottage, which I think is a good idea too. If I wasn't already using the north, south, east, and west, I would change it to plus sign. So here I'm going on the sides now. So my east and west. And I just want to make sure that I'm attaching them evenly off the backer or towards the center, however you want to put it. So it's the same diameter all the way around. So just try to watch that. And I usually just eyeball it so it doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want it to look nice and professional, even if it's for your own kid. So now these are the 4-inch ribbons, 4-inch length, and I'm layering them just like I did the tails or the spikes. And I'm just making a simple loop out of them. And you want to put a staple in that to hold them in place. It's much easier to attach them if you already make the loop and have it stapled. So these are going in between the tails. Just want to put 1 or 2 staples in that, make sure it's on there really good. And see, I kind of moved. I think when I put my stapler on it, sometimes they'll kind of move, so you have to watch that too. But I just want to space it evenly between those 2 little spikes or tails. And I'm going the opposite. It's just easier for me to go opposite because I'm trying to visualize a straight line with those 2 loops, and it's much easier if you do it that way. But whatever works for you. You don't have to do things my way. Just because I do it this way does not make it the right way. It's just my way. Now for the last one. And this to me is a very classic, clean backer. Really great for a Peewee or any garter mom, actually. So now I am going to do some twisted loops on there as well. And I am doubling up my white ribbons. The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm putting them on top of the burgundy. And by putting them on top of the burgundy, it's going to dull the white. So if you double up the white, it makes it more crisp and white. And I got that from another mum maker on Pinterest. She messaged me and gave me this tip a year or 2 ago. And I was like, duh, that's so smart. So thank you to her. And I have mentioned her several times in videos in the past year. But I want to thank her for that tip. Anybody has some neat tip, comment, tell me about it. I love to hear other people's ideas and tips and stuff. So that is a twisted loop, and the ribbons I'm using is, the white is a 9/16 and then the burgundy is the 7/8. And that's a little bit harder to do a twisted loop when you layer them like that, especially if you layer them with 2 different size ribbons. So if you're new to twisted loops, start out with 1 ribbon or 2 of the same size before you move on to this. And I tried to freeze frame that. It's not real clear, but I want you to kind of see what it looks like. And I'm just attaching these on top of the ribbon spikes that I attached first, but I'm attaching them down enough that you can see that ribbon spike behind it. I don't want to cover that up. I mean, you can do that, but I wanted those ribbon spikes to be seen, so I attached those down enough to where you could still see them. And there are two different methods for making this twisted loop. That second method is from Rhonda at Rhonda's Creative Corner, I believe is the name of her channel, and she shows that method. So I like to show that too because I learned them on my own. I saw them on Pinterest and I just played around until I figured it out, and then Rhonda came out with a video and showed how to make them, and I guess that's how they all do it. But either way works, whatever works best for you, which way is easier for you. I learned one way, so that's the way I do it, but I like to show the other way so people can get that too. I slowed this down. This is, again, my way. So my right hand, I fold under, and the left hand, I fold over. So the right, I go under, and the left, I go over. So just remember, under and over, and don't overthink it. I used to overthink it sometimes and mess it up. And then put a staple in that because you definitely want to hold that in place. And I want to make sure they are all attached evenly again. Now here is the ribbon streamers and the Texas braid or champion braid that I made for it. And you can see I made a bow at the bottom. And I will put links on the top. There will be cards that'll slide across the video showing I have a video on how to make this Texas braid. So I'll put that on there. How to attach garter to a mum, I'll show that. So different links that go with making this kind of mum will be across the screen there at the top. And you can see I did the ribbon streamers a little differently. The burgundy is a 2-inch instead of a 1.3 inch or the 1 5/16. And then the white is that 1 5/16, but I doubled it up, so that's why it's so crisp and white. I don't know if you can tell. To me, it looks like you can really see how white that is and how clean it looks. But I have some burgundy vinyl, and that's why I wanted that white vinyl showing on top, because I wanted to do burgundy vinyl there. So that'll really stand out. And I have a video for those bows, so I'll put a link to that. So I always staple my backers when I attach the sections together like that. I always do like 2 staples on the top to hold it in place, and then I start gluing it, and then I go around and start stapling all the way around as much as I can get. I want those backers to be sealed tight together. I don't want any gaps between those backers. I don't think that looks good. It doesn't look clean. Just looks really unprofessional to me, so I try to get them tightly together as I possibly can. And this is the hardest part, getting in there, and you want to make sure that you're not stapling down any of those loops. You have to really be careful, watch where you're stapling, take your time. I try to get as close to the center as I can. You really need a good stapler for this. I'm going to get in there one more time. Plus you don't want any like of your braids or chains or anything that's stapled on there falling off. Here's a little 3D football helmet. This is one of the mini helmets. So I'm just going to glue that right in the center of that bow, just for that little last touch that it needs. Those bows, if you watch the video, I staple those together, so there's a staple in the center, and I like to cover it up with something. And if it's going on a guy's mum, this is one of the few bows I'll do for a guy's mum. I don't do very many bows for guys' mums, but I'll do that. And so I like to glue some kind of trinket or something, or sports ball in the center of those. And here it is finished, so you guys can see it finished. See the burgundy vinyl there. It's a little bit darker, and in the photo it looks really, really dark. It wasn't quite that dark. See, it matches like a lot of the trinkets. The color of the vinyl did. And you can never, when you got a bunch of different stuff on your mum, you can never get the colors to all match up perfectly, like your glitter stuff, your trinkets with your regular ribbons. If you've got like feathers and stuff, it never is the exact same color, so don't worry about that. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please like, share, comment, but please be kind with your comments. Please subscribe, and please be kind to others, and happy mum making to you all.